Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian in today's video. So I started this channel a couple of years ago, and I know some of you don't think I like putting things out there that is the actual truth, that has some credence to it, that has some substance. But I do actually think about the things that I am putting out there for people to see. I don't just think of any old random thing and just let stories go out willy-nilly. I don't. I truly have a deep thought about the stories that I want you guys to hear. How can I prove that to you? Well, a couple of years ago, I was getting many emails in about BLAXIT. Many of those emails I ignored. Why? Because I just figured most of them were just talking BS. A lot of them just rumors, and they didn't have any actual evidence to back that up with. So when I was getting these emails, I would largely ignore them. But now, after finding out about what she has done to her husband, I think it's extremely important that we revisit some of these rumors. So that's what I've been doing. I've been going through my emails and I've been taking a look at all the accusations that were laid out against BLAXIT. One accusation stood out. One of them I read once and then I read again, and then I was like, no. No. Now, a couple of years ago, I was getting these emails, but I didn't want to say anything bad about BLAXIT. Yeah, she's black and she's British, and I thought, oh, okay, then, I'm not going to say anything bad about her. I don't really want to call her out. And of course, there were going to be a lot of people over there who were going to be jealous of her success. So I ignored this specific rumor in large part because not only was it completely outlandish, but to me at that time, BLAXIT didn't seem like the type of person who would go to those lengths. So what was that rumor? Well, the rumor was about BLAXIT and about her relationship with kwesiboyd. Now, the initial relationship, when I heard it from BLAXIT, she told me it was completely platonic. She saw a brother that was in need, somebody that needed a little bit of guidance himself, and she knew that he was in business over in the Gambia and she needed to start a business over in the Gambia. So of course they both needed each other to a certain extent, and of course she with Coad, or she was already working with Matthew Hyperlight. This just seemed like the way to go. A perfect combination of people that would enable BLAXIT to raise this BLAXIT organization into what you see before you today. An organization that has her fat fingers in the pies of everything that has to do with the repat community in the Gambia. So BLAXIT told me, yes, it was a business relationship, and of course it turned into a friend relationship because you had kwesiboyd that had moved in to BLAXIT's compound along with ADRIAN, and I thought, oh, that's a really nice thing for BLAXIT to do. But of course I had these emails come in, emails telling me that the relationship between BLAXIT and kwesiboyd was actually more than what the eye could see. In light of what has happened lately, I figured I needed to take a deeper look, and I found 5 really good reasons to believe BLAXIT cheated on ADRIAN with kwesiboyd. So what are the reasons that make me think this? Well, we're going to go into this today. First, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting our channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'd also like to invite you to please follow our new family vlogging channel that I've just started up, I. Most of the videos are reaction videos, but we've got a really good video coming up this weekend. I post 1 video each week on there. It's nicely edited as well by my wife. So come in, take a look. You might just like it. So where do we start? So yes, there was these rumors going around that BLAXIT was having an affair with kwesiboyd. I ignored them at first, but now we're going to need to take a look at the real nitty-gritty, the reasons why I now believe that BLAXIT actually has done the deed with kwesiboyd. One is her ability to do so. So back in those days, I did not think that BLAXIT would have the audacity to do something like that behind ADRIAN's back. I didn't even know she was looking in other places for other men. And now that we know that BLAXIT was talking to Perspective before the breakdown of her marriage, we can now believe that BLAXIT had an extramarital affair with Pigspective, and when Adrian found out, that led to the breakup of their marriage. I mean, I knew that she was a liar. Even back then, I knew that she was a dodgy person. I knew that she wasn't somebody that you could totally trust. But I really did think that her and Adrian were like, I thought their bond was absolutely unbreakable. Clearly, it wasn't. Number 2 is kwesiboyd's refusal to acknowledge it. Now guys, kwesiboyd knew about these rumours. He knew about them, but he didn't say anything about it. He actually denied that he was in any type of relationship other than a business and platonic relationship with BLAXIT. And of course, we have no reason to disbelieve that, do we? I mean, at the time, we knew that kwesiboyd was having a lot of hassle with BLAXIT. So if he really wanted to destroy her and destroy her relationship, he could have easily have done so by coming out and saying, hey Adrian, I slept with your wife behind your back. And what? Why wouldn't he just come out and say it? Well, you've heard the way kwesiboyd has spoken about Adrian. kwesiboyd hasn't really had a lot of negative things to say about Adrian. In fact, the vast majority of the things that he's been saying about Adrian has been highly positive. He has blamed most of the things that has happened in their relationship, the breakdown of their relationship, squarely on BLAXIT herself. We know that Kwesi feels for Adrian. We know that Kwesi doesn't think negative of that man. So I don't think he would open up about having a relationship with BLAXIT in fear that he would destroy the relationship between him and Adrian. You guys already know that he doesn't really think highly of women in general. So I do believe this could have happened, and I do believe that kwesiboyd would not have said anything about it. If anything, he would have done everything in his power to have kept it a secret. Number 3, the opportunity. Well, of course, we now know that kwesiboyd had that opportunity. He had the opportunity to sleep with BLAXIT because they were working a lot with one another, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, these guys were close. He was living in that house, in their compound, not the compound that you see before you now, but the compound that they used to live at before they moved in to their newly built house. So we know that there were many times where Kwesi and BLAXIT had spent many a night with one another, okay? The opportunity was there, and we all know that BLAXIT is an opportunist. Number 4 is manipulation. We all know how manipulative both of these two characters are. Could you imagine these two? How could this not happen? How could they not have built a bent organization, an organization fraught with conspiracies and allegations of fund misappropriation? Of course that was going to happen with these two at the helm. And of course, eventually the relationship was going to always break down between these two. But the initial relationship had to start somewhere, and I truly believe it started with these two. Oh my gosh, I don't even like saying this, but it started with these two finding one another attractive. Yeah, I just said it. I think they both saw stars in their eyes and they took it from there. And I think that's how their relationship started. I know it's really weird to say this, but in hindsight now, kwesiboyd is the type of person who will do anything to move up the ladder. And BLAXIT is the type of person who will do anything to use another person. She already wears the pants inside that household. So she knew that she could do anything she wanted with kwesiboyd. And Adrian would have no choice other than to sit there and take it. That's the type of influence she thought she had over Adrian. Which leads us swiftly on to number 5. And that is the relationship between BLAXIT and Adrian. Okay, we all thought Adrian was the man, at first anyway, but then we started to see a breakdown in their relationship, and we started to see more clearly exactly who controlled who in that household. BLAXIT is a master manipulator, and she thought that she could do anything she wanted behind her husband's back. Now, why would she think this way? Well, you got to look at her current partner, Pigspective. Pigspective, he looks like a nice guy, doesn't he? But there is something about him. To me, he looks a bit, I don't like to say the word soft, but he looks like the type of person who Blaxit could easily manipulate. And I think that is part of the reason why Blaxit has gone for him. Blaxit has gone for him because she knows that she will wear the trousers in that relationship and not him. And I truly believe that Blaxit could never have an, God, I hate this word, alpha male. I don't think she could have a true alpha male inside her household because she thinks that she's the alpha male. She's the butch in the relationship. I don't know why some women think this way, but that is the case. We have people who believe that they run things and they can't have things any other way. And we now know this about Blaxit. This is part of the thing. This is something that has changed as of recently, because no one, if you hear the way Adrian talks, he sounds like a hard Caribbean, right? You wouldn't have thought that this woman would have been able to have wrapped him around her little finger, but clearly that was the case. So guys, those are my reasons. Those are the reasons why I truly believe that there is a very good chance that the rumors that were floating around about Blaxit having an affair behind Adrian's back with kwesiboyd, I think they could be true. The only person we know who would come out and tell us the truth if something like that did happen is Adrian himself. So I'll be looking to contact Adrian and ask him whether this actually happened, because I truly don't think this is the first time. Okay, when a woman, especially a woman, when a woman cheats on a man, what is the likeliness that that was the first time that woman did it? Okay, if they have always had that way of thinking, of course, this isn't going to be the first time that her eyes went off wandering somewhere. There is a good chance that she has done it before. We can only look at the evidence that we have before us, and we can only make assumptions at this moment. But I would definitely bet my house on it that Adrian, unfortunately, has married somebody that couldn't keep her... No, I can't say that. But unfortunately for Adrian, he has married somebody that he should have never have married in the first place. A person like everybody else that no one can trust. Until the next time, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit.